Hey guys, Sean Dubs here. Welcome to Sean Dubs POV. Oh man, I am so excited. I love the start of a YouTube channel because, oh, I almost scraped my lip coming out of here. I love the start of a YouTube channel, man, because you can pretty much do anything. This is a pretty scuffed turn to just start this channel with. Okay, there we go. I did not mean to make that like, yeah, look, there's a truck coming behind us pretty fast. Wow, nice and eventful beginning to the channel, at least to me driving. I don't know how it looked, but hey man, listen, so excited for this channel. At the start of a YouTube channel, there's so many directions it can go in. I have a lot of ideas of what I want to do with this channel, but I'm not going to really tell you what they are yet because I don't know which one I'm going to end up sticking with. You just kind of gotta try a bunch out and see what works, and that's a big part of YouTube actually. And YouTube is going to be like the main topic for this video. I'm gonna try to give as many secrets as I can in this video. I don't know how successful I'll be, but this is the first video format I wanted to try out. We are starting off in the car. It's 2023 Subaru WRX with a 6-speed manual. Love this car. I've had it for about a year now. I like it a lot more than I thought I would. I really do. It's a car that's growing on me, and I'll probably make videos on it. We have a 20-minute drive to a hiking spot I really like. It's not like a really in-depth hike at all. It's a very easy, short hike, but I wanted to just kind of try out a video like this where we go out into the world, we start off driving, and then we like go and we do something. This is a really steep hill, and I don't want to torch my brakes, so I'm just gonna chill. I'm not really looking to make like crazy racer bro videos. I mainly just want to drive and talk, but once in a while I'll get on it, you know. If you're a fan of driving stick, I hope I can, you know, give you a little something. I think I will at certain points. But hey, let's just get right into the YouTube, okay? Now, I've been a YouTuber. This is going to be my 5th year, so I've reached the point where I'm able to do it full time and able to live a relatively comfortable life with it. But you know, I've been doing it long enough that I can speak about it authoritatively. I feel like I've beaten the odds a bit. I'm going to try to give you guys advice that's not really like survivorship bias type stuff. Even if you don't want to be a YouTuber, maybe you'll be interested to hear about like the behind the scenes of YouTube. But yeah, I'm not like some master YouTuber. I haven't made like millions of dollars like some people do. A very small percentage of YouTubers do. I'll let this person go. And I have to anyway, otherwise I'll get cooked by her. And now we're just stuck. I hope there'll be a lot of emergent activities that happen. Like, people can't drive more than ever. People are so cooked at driving. And so I think there'll be a lot of funny things. Could you make the turn slower? There we go. I got to get used to having the camera in my face. Definitely makes it a little more difficult. But you know, I can see. It's just like I can see fine. It's just like you still see the camera. It's just like more of a distraction than it is something that inhibits your ability to drive. If it wasn't safe, then I would mount it on top of my head. I have it mounted like right in front of my eyes. I didn't make any bullet point lists for this video for the YouTube secrets. My opinion is like I'm gonna drop some stuff that other people maybe would like charge for, maybe. So you know, I'll just try to get it out the best I can. We got 18 minutes till we get to the hike. Obviously, I live in a relatively rural area. This is central Pennsylvania. We're very near Penn State. I moved here after COVID from New York, mainly to save money, and I've found that I really enjoy it. Being a YouTuber, like, you're really on the computer a lot. You're gonna have to wear many hats, one of which is editing, which I can't stand personally. Editing is just not something I like to do, but you have to do. But regardless, a lot of YouTube is just like sitting on the computer, and it sucks. I like to be outdoors, and so even though I moved out here to save, I've really enjoyed it out here. It's a good balance for me. It's like, okay, fine, I have to sit on the computer a lot all day. I don't know why my dash cam just went off. I gotta sit on the computer all day, but then I can hop in the car and enjoy you know, nice nature. Not that much traffic usually, and the nature is really nice out here. It's just really nice. And that's one thing about being a YouTuber. You're going to be on the computer a lot. And that definitely sucks. Also, just part of being a YouTuber, while I'm talking about that, pretty much every YouTuber I know that is full-time has some level of anxiety. And the anxiety comes from not knowing, like, if your next video is going to get views or you're going to get views next year. It is insanely stressful. YouTube is super inconsistent. You're a slave to the algorithm in many ways. Audiences can be very fickle. Not can be, they are. People can just drop you any second and go watch someone else. You say one thing they don't like, and that's it. You just can lose a viewer for life. And so that is extremely difficult. But let's start at the start. So I see a lot of like gurus, they hype up YouTube and make it seem like it's this crazy thing. First of all, you have to understand what YouTube is on a fundamental level. It is a like vicious zero-sum game, and the platform is governed by like an algorithm that has no feelings or care in the world. They will cut your channel off at a moment's notice. You can get demonetized at a moment's notice. YouTube will change policies on a whim, and it could potentially wipe you out. It is brutal. It is one of the most brutal things you could possibly mess with, is trying to do YouTube. It's a zero-sum game. Not to mention, people have to click on your videos, bro. So your content has to compete with literally everything else on the platform. Because when somebody comes to YouTube and they're looking for something to watch, right? Maybe they get served your video. They're like, YouTube's like, hey, you want to watch this video? But they're going to put it right next to Mr. Beast. And that dude is putting millions of dollars into his videos. So you have to compete against that directly, which is insanely difficult. Compare that to like Netflix. Look at these views, bro. Look at this. This is what I enjoy. Look at, there's no traffic. Like, I could be zooming right now if I wanted to, but I'm just chilling. We're just chilling. We're just talking. Why are you braking? This person might be turning. Oh, there's a tractor. There's a farm equipment over here. We'll do an overtake. Yay. Hopefully we can get it before that blind corner, though. Let's just make sure we do this safely, as if there's anyone around. I'm going to stay in my lane, and we'll go for it. Right before the no passing zone. Nice. That's what it's like being in central Pennsylvania. Isn't this nice, man? Nice and relaxing. Nice and relaxing. I love it. I love it. I really do. I don't see myself living here forever, but for now, this is one of the great places you can live if like you're a YouTuber and you can be remote. There's not that many jobs here, especially if you're not going to work at Penn State. Like, there's really not that much else here for you. But if you are remote, you can really take advantage of what it's like to live here. So I like it a lot. But yeah, man, the point is that YouTube is just insanely competitive compared to Netflix. Maybe you produce content for Netflix. Maybe you make documentaries or something like that. All you have to do is satisfy satisfy Netflix, right? Maybe Netflix is willing to pay you $200,000 to produce a documentary. And as long as you produce it and you make them happy, you get your $200,000, right? You're not paid based off of the views. You're paid by Netflix. On YouTube, you have to compete against quite literally the entire world. And if you don't get views, you're really not going to gain money, because the audience is not going to give you money. Not enough to survive. No way. You have to live off of the ad revenue. Like, most YouTubers are going to have to live off the ad revenue and also sponsorships. But the sponsorships only come from the views, right? You got to get the views. So that's like the first issue and kind of secret of YouTube that may not be that obvious, how insanely competitive it is. It's just so competitive. Had to cut there for a second. I had a quick phone message. Okay, so YouTube is extremely competitive. It's as competitive as it gets. Zero sum. Zero sum just means, people, there's only so many views to get, and somebody's going to get all the views, basically. So then it's like, okay, you're competing for the views, right? And then it's like, how much money can you actually make? I can't give specific numbers, and I won't, but I can definitely tell you I know what a lot of content creators make just because I speak with them, okay? And I have my own numbers. If you somehow manage to break into the top 1% of YouTube, let's say like top 1% of YouTube. Top 1% of YouTube is you're making enough to be full-time. I don't know, let's say like 50, 60,000 and up. Let's just say that. That would be like maybe the top 1% of YouTube, because like 99% of YouTubers don't really like make anything, you know? So let's say you break into the top 1%, like YouTubers who you see who have like maybe millions of subscribers and they're getting a lot of views, like how much money are a lot of them making? Somebody like Moist Critical is going to be making like millions per year, but that, like, he's an outlier. I'm talking about well, someone like me and just like more like middle of the range YouTubers who aren't like the most popular but are doing enough to make money full time. I can definitely tell you the average is somewhere between like 8,000 and 20,000 a month on average. It is very hard to make more than that. It seems to be kind of like a natural kind of cap. If you can somehow make it into the top 1%, like that's how much, that's kind of like the max you're gonna make. It's the law of diminishing returns is what happens and kicks in. Like maybe you figure out a niche that you want to fill and you start filling it. Eventually you're gonna hit a wall, and just from my experience, my own channels and seeing other channels, it's gonna be somewhere in like the $8,000 to $20,000 range. You're gonna get stuck, and not only are you gonna get stuck, you get up into that range and then it's very hard to maintain, which is another like serious problem with YouTube. It can take years to break into like the top 1%, and then you get there and it is sometimes harder just to stay. Old bro's going for the pass. Old bro's going for the pass. There's an older person driving that car. Gray hairs. I'm not really looking to pass. We're just chilling. We're just talking. Really made that pass kind of slow too. I feel like I might regret passing. We'll see. If there's another passing opportunity, we'll go for it. But we're not in a rush. But yeah, those are like the transparent numbers, man. I would say like 8 to 20K. And all the content creators in that range are all like anxiety ridden. Oh man, I'm gonna have to pass this person. They're so slow. All the content creators in that range basically have anxiety. So they're making like 100 to 200,000 a year, and it becomes a complete full-time job. And the anxiety comes from the fact that the grind it takes to get there, you know just how easily it could go down, and you know that it can be taken away from you almost instantly. So that's the secret behind YouTube, in my opinion. The two of the biggest things. That's the amount of money you can make, and that's how, oh, I can pass here. Let's go for it. Thank you, sir. Just in time. That's where the anxiety comes from. Now, some of you listening will be like, 8 to 20K, that sounds amazing. You know, if you had a career and like a job and you were making that amount of money and you had like job security, then that's a great amount of money. Like you're kind of set for life. Like 20K a month, you're not gonna be living like super wealthy off of 20K a month in most of America, at least, the United States. But you're going to be living like pretty comfortably. You're going to be living better than most people. So if you had a job and you're making that amount of money, you're kind of like chilling, because you should be making enough to live very comfortably, and you should have enough left over to save. You can invest it, and I would say you're probably set for life as long as you're not an idiot and reckless with your money. YouTuber making 20K a month? Well, the first question I would have is, well, how long have you been making 20K a month? Oh, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months? Good luck, bro. Good luck keeping that up for another 10 years. You are unlikely to be able to keep it up for another 10 years, and I'll explain why in a bit. Actually, why don't we just talk about it now? The issue I see for YouTube in the future, I mean, AI content's everywhere, and the big thing is that, like, everything is like consolidating. Like brain rot is totally taking over. Now these might not sound like secrets to you, but these are secrets. You have to fully understand the YouTube content market to be able to make it on YouTube. Like, you can't just make videos. Like, you have to have an idea of like what you're doing in relation to others, because like I said in the start, and this is where it gets a little difficult and complex and even hard for me to explain, it is a competition. Fundamentally, YouTube is it's possibly one of the hardest competitions on earth. So you have to constantly compete. So your content has to outcompete other people's content, and content is constantly evolving. Now, one of the big problems right now is brain rot is like taking over, dude. I've seen channels where they're taking off because they just took their existing content and they just put brain rot next to it. Oh man, the camera's sagging a little. I hope it's okay. 1 second, let me try to tighten my hat. I feel like my hat came loose for like no reason. It's kind of weird. Ooh, I hope it's okay. I can tell it's sagging a little. Oh, rip. Well, hey, this is what you get for being here at the start of a channel. You get the scuffness. Okay. So here's the problem with the content market on YouTube right now. These are secrets. These are secrets that not that many people know right now. So the first problem is brain rot is taking over. I know channels, and I've seen them because I track all of YouTube. Like, I constantly scan YouTube for trending videos and all sorts of trends and stuff, because you have to keep up on all that stuff. You have to understand the content market. Brain rot is taking off. People are just taking their existing videos and slapping just random footage, like, you know, maybe somebody squeezing a sponge next to the content, and that content's taking off. What used to be a joke that kids need like brain rot to keep their attention, like what was once like ironic and a joke and a meme, is now the reality. People want brain rot more than ever. Like, brain rot is almost not even becoming brain rot. It's just like, it's almost like you're going to be considered a boomer just like maybe a year, 2-3 years from now, for even saying like, oh, that's brain rot. Because people, like younger people, will look at you like you're weird. They'll be like, why is that brain rot? That's just content. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a YouTuber, you got to compete with the brain rot. It's not good. Second problem, these are YouTube secrets. You're not going to get these anywhere. These gurus are never going to tell you this stuff. This is stuff coming from someone who is a full-time YouTuber. Shorts channel has millions of subscribers. It still does well. The channel still does great to this day. I am optimistic about the future of it. Which, by the way, if you've seen my Shorts channel, I would definitely recommend not trying to reverse engineer it. I mean, you could just think I'm lying and you could go ahead and try it. It's not going to work for you. That's the thing with YouTube. Like, sometimes you got to be there right at the start. Like, just the way the algorithm is, it's just very brutal on... Bro, good thing I was just chilling. Bro had no hustle getting off the road there. You see that? I love the emergent stuff that can happen with this channel. I love it. Damn, that made me lose my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Yeah, reverse engineering channels is very difficult. I call it like the come from behind rule. It's very difficult to come from behind. Like, so let's say you tried to copy my Shorts channel. It's called Sean Dubs. You can go look it up. It has almost 4 million subs. If you try to copy it, it's just very hard for you to do anything different than the way I did it. I focused on making my scripts very funny. If you actually look at the most viewed shorts on that channel, it looks like I just like do commentary on the videos, but if you actually pay attention to the most viewed videos, it's because I took the video and made it like funny with like a funny commentary. That's very hard to reverse engineer. But even if you try to reverse engineer, you generally have to be like 5 or 10 times better, because the existing audiences, they just want to keep watching the same channels. It's like with like Moist Critical, for example. Like, he just talks, right? Like, there's no thumbnails, there's nothing. Like, if you try to reverse engineer him, it's not going to work, because people are just going to watch him. They're just watching for his opinion. They like how he does it. And you'd have to somehow be 10 times better than him, which is very difficult. Come from behind rule. Always remember that. Always remember that. We're almost to the hiking spot, but what's fun about this hiking spot is we have to go off-road. to get to it. Nothing crazy, it's just like a dirt road, but I have no idea the condition of it. The WRX is pretty capable off-road, but I don't know what the condition of the road is right now, honestly. So this should be pretty interesting. Here we are. This is like probably the most basic thing we'll do is going to this particular trail. It's not like that crazy, but I think it's fun, man. I think that's why I'm so excited for this channel. We're going to go on so many adventures. Like, we're not always going to be talking about YouTube and stuff. We're going to be talking about life and stuff like that. Here we go. Yes, I know where I am. Now, the issue is, like I said, the WRX is capable off-road, but last time I drove on this, it was pretty hairy. It's a pretty well-maintained road, but I am on the stock tires, so that's not exactly great. And I don't know if I'm going to bottom out or anything, so hopefully we don't have to turn around. I think we'll be okay, though. And let's just check for any alerts or anything. This is not a super remote trail. You'll see we're going to do some much more remote trails at some other point. This road is open for just use by snowmobiles and licensed motor vehicles. No winter maintenance, yeah. Okay. What's crazy is people actually like live up here, and this is their road to get in. And this road goes for miles. We're not going to go all the way down. I don't think. I mean, we'll see. But this road goes for miles. Like, this is pretty relatively remote. But I mean, look how beautiful this is. But we're gonna go on much more remote stuff. Like for this, I can't even reach. The seatbelt got me. So like for this hike, this is all I'm bringing. This is all I need. You never know. You never know what you're gonna run into out here. Pepper spray is plenty for this. The number one thing at this time of the year, it's spring, that you would have to look out for on an area like this is the rattlesnakes. There's always a small possibility to see a bear. There's definitely like bears in the area. Other people, pretty unlikely to have any issues with other people. But on other trails, I would definitely bring my my Glock. But I didn't bring it for this trip. Unnecessary, very unnecessary. Pepper spray is fine. We won't need it. It'll be fine. Okay, so this road seems fine for WRX. I could go faster, but people fly up and down here like trucks, even though you very rarely see them. And I do care about my car. Like, this is bumpy as hell. Okay, back to the YouTube. So the issue right now is you got brain rot. Brain rot is taking over. What is considered brain rot now will just be considered content in the future, so you have to be prepared for that. The number two problem is everything is consolidating, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the internet is basically, unfortunately, it's turning just into traditional media. So like, what was nice, I don't know, over the past, like, let's say 6 years, maybe 8 years, the internet was a nice alternative to traditional media. And with traditional media, like especially boomers love traditional media. One of the big problems with traditional media is people just get like set, like they just want to watch this one channel, or they just want to watch this one host, and they just become like hive mind NPCs, and they'll just repeat everything they said about that. And one of the cool things about the internet over the past like 8 years, I would say, has been like an explosion in like new content creators offering all different types of point of views and everything. It really like exploded. But I would say in the past few years, I've seen a lot of signs of it, and I don't see it reversing at all. We're starting to see consolidation, and it's kind of like, and nothing against Moist Critical, I'm just using him as an example. You could apply this to anything. If you notice, increasingly on YouTube and just the internet in general, it's like we used to have like lots of different content creators. It's starting to like slim down because people are getting very comfortable, so they just want to watch like one content creator for this and this and this. So it's like the internet is becoming more like traditional media. And part of becoming more like traditional media is things are consolidating, and they're consolidating fast. That's what I see. I see it becoming harder and harder for channels like in the middle to do anything. It's becoming harder than ever for a new channel to grow. It's like the big guys are just going to get bigger and bigger. It's like people just want to watch I show speed, that's it. They're not interested in anything else, right? And the problem with this is it causes us to have a lot of hive mind thoughts and opinions about things, like and very strong like narratives that come out about everything. Like it could be a game, it could be a movie. It's just like literally if one or two people say something about something, some new thing, everybody will just start thinking like that. And that's why the internet is becoming more like traditional media. I hope to God, by the way, I'm just thinking, I really hope this setup is not annoying. I'm so sorry with the road. I didn't consider that maybe this bumpy road would be a problem. Look at that, by the way, when I give it gas. It's not that stable. Not that stable. These sport tires are not good for this road. That's for sure. So I gotta creep along like this. I figured this could happen, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's dry out. Weather's fine. We're getting up here fine. Like, it's not a big deal, but these tires are not ideal. These sport tires are not ideal for this road, that's for sure. So if I see like if I see something like this turn, let's see how this turn goes. I definitely have to be careful. You could definitely get stuck easily. The road has to be mostly this condition for us to keep going, or we'll be screwed. I also just realized I don't remember where the entrance is for this this hike, so I'll try to find it. But that's why I can't go any faster. Definitely can't go any faster. Look, this is emergent fun, bro. This is the emergent fun of the POV. Let's see if I give it a little more gas. I mean, it's not that unstable. It's not that bad. Like, I could go faster if I had to. So I might be hyping a little. But car seat's rattling, so I gotta go slower. So that's the issue with YouTube right now, is you have to compete with brain rot in the future going forward. Number two, everything is consolidating. So if that's a secret right now. You see what I mean? Like, secrets for YouTube will change over time. And that's why anybody who's trying to like sell a course or anything, it's total BS, because at best I could make a course right now, but it's going to be probably out of date within like 6 months. So it's like a waste of time. So it's not worth it to make courses, I think. It's not worth it unless you just want to scam people. Consulting maybe makes some sense. The number 3 issue, okay, is that some people camping over here. The number 3 issue is that the only way you're going to be able to compete going forward on YouTube, so like you got to either do brain rot, you got to avoid these big channels that are in areas that are consolidating. So like, don't try to be a moist critical, you know. If you're familiar with Fortnite, trying to compete with Cypher PK, you're not going to become the next big Fortnite channel. Like, it's impossible. You can't compete. The only thing you can do is you have to have like specialized knowledge, and this is probably the most likely way anybody can make it on YouTube. It's how I grew my Halo channel. You need extremely specialized knowledge about something. Like, you need something where you legitimately can make authentic content and outcompete other people. The reason I was able to become, like, in 2022, I was like a top 4 Halo YouTuber. It was like Mint Blitz, Hidden Xperia, Halo Follower, and me. And in a lot of months, I outviewed Halo Follower. So I was a top 4 channel. Why? Spent a couple years building the channel up, but I am legitimately one of the biggest Halo fans ever. Like, I really am. I could talk about Halo forever authoritatively. Most people can't do that. So if you can't compete with like specialized knowledge, you have no chance. Like, you got to stack different skills together, okay, and outcompete other people. So the reason I'm making this channel is because I can drive forever. I love driving. It's my favorite thing. I'm really good at driving stick. It's kind of like becoming a lost art, so that's cool. I know about cars, decent amount. I'm good at talking. Like, I basically make YouTube videos in my head 24/7. Like, if I'm not making a video, like I'm always like talking to myself in my head. Maybe that sounds crazy, I don't know, but I'm almost always making a video, like almost 24/7. Unless I'm distracted with some activity, like I'm making a YouTube video in my head. So I feel like doing this channel will work. Even then, it might not work. Like, people like when I just speak. It's almost like art. I just talk and y'all like it. And it seems to work out. Now, why is there... I don't know if this is the spot to stop at. That's the problem right now. I think it is. It might not be, though. I don't remember where the trailhead starts, but I see the road splits up there, so I think this is it. So let's get out. Put it in reverse. Cool. This is so weird. I mean, I gotta be honest, this is so weird to make YouTube videos like this. So we're just gonna walk through the woods. Take that, put that in there. We won't need it, but just in case. I have no idea like if the angles are good right now or what. I don't know if we're gonna run into other people. Who cares? Oh, that shirt there is weird, but it should be fine. Look how dirty the car is, dude. I knew it was gonna get this dirty, so I didn't really wash it that much. The only thing I'm worried about right now is it looks a little cloudy over there. So hopefully it's not gonna storm, because being on this road with these tires, maybe not the best thing ever. I'll lock it just in case. Yeah, man, 2023 WRX, Magnetite Gray. I'm not that interested in the car right now, honestly. We'll make videos on the car at another point. Let's go see where this trail goes. Isn't this cool? Never made like trail content. I don't... Yeah, there's the yellow. Hopefully we find the spot. Okay, so... what were we talking about? Bye, car. What were we talking about, bros? We were talking about... So we talked about how brain rot is the big thing. How am I supposed to look out for rattlesnakes while walking on this trail? It's crazy. We were talking about brain rot. How brain rot's going to be the future. We're talking about how you have to compete with everything. The consolidation of YouTube, right? And number 3, specialized knowledge. So I was trying to explain to you guys, like, you know, my Halo channel only worked because I can literally like out-talk Halo with almost like anyone on Earth. There's very few people, because I was super into Halo when it, basically since it came out. It's always been my favorite franchise. So that's the problem with YouTube. You can't just do anything. You have to fill an interest, and you got to be really good at what you're doing. And the other element of it, and this is a secret of YouTube, is that it's just art. So I'm trying my best on this channel. Like, I'm going to try my best. I feel like my stack of skills, right? So I'm explaining the thought process behind this channel to you. So, you know, you can see what goes into a successful channel. I don't know if this channel will be successful. I really don't. But here's why it will be successful if it is. I'm really good at driving. It's one of my best skills. I don't know if I showed it off that great in this video so far, but I can drive stick really well. We'll probably have to make other videos for that. So I'm really confident in that skill. I'm really good at speaking. Now, if you look at my original Halo videos, I wasn't actually all that great, but I got better over time. And I've been doing it for 5 years. Most of my content is just like commentary based. So I've been honing the skill for like 5 years. I love driving in general. It's not just that I think I'm good at driving, like I just love driving. And so, oh man, just look at this. It's so quiet. It's not just that I think I'm a good driver from like a skill perspective. I think I'm a very safe driver. Like everybody in my family always wants me to drive. I love driving. I can drive 24/7. Like driving is like probably my favorite thing in the world, and I haven't even been able to make content about that, you know. I have a little humor. I'm not comedian level humor, but when I try, I seem to make people laugh sometimes when I watch my videos back. I laugh too. So if this channel works, it's a stack of skills put together, all of which on their own, I could potentially outcompete, 99% of people. I can, this is not a good spot to stop. Basically, I think I can outdrive most people, like 99% of people. I think I can outtalk like 99% of people, definitely a talker. Okay. I can out-humor, I don't know if I would say 99% of people. Maybe like 90? I don't know. People constantly say they laughed at least at one part. Like, in a lot of my videos, if I can make you laugh at least once, I think that's good. So I can do humor. Stack all of these things together with a unique format, POV. We drive around, we hike, we do things like this. If this channel works, that's why it would work. It's all these unique skills put together. And here's the key. If you subtract any one of these skills, the whole thing might fail. Right? Like, so if you did this exact channel idea and you got rid of, I don't know, the driving ability. Just pick one, doesn't matter. You get rid of the driving ability, you get rid of the ability to speak. The whole thing might crumble. Check out this view. Okay, it looked like it was gonna rain, but I think we're good. How about this, guys? Really short hike. Ugh. But driving up that road was worth it, right? We were way up here. We're up here with the birds. Way up here, man. It's so beautiful. I think it was worth going up the road. But yeah, if this channel works, it's the stack of skills, and you need every single one of them. Mix all the skills together, the video is going to come out the way it comes out. I can sit and try to plan the video out. You can always make a video better. You can always try to plan a video out better, try to make it better. From my experience, it's like your first attempt is probably like 95% as good. Like, so this video, right? I could come back tomorrow. I could just take this recording, watch it back, try and see how I can improve, and then come back and do it again tomorrow. The exact same thing. From your perspective, you wouldn't know. But it's probably not going to be that much better. I think if I came back and did it tomorrow, it probably would be better. But it's not going to be that much better. It's your first attempt is generally like the best. And how is that not different from art? It's literally art. Just like this scene. This is art. You can't engineer this. That's why we love nature. It just is. And most of YouTube is art, even if it doesn't look like it. It's a lot of skills that come together, made in a way that people just really like it. Bro, imagine somebody just ran up behind me right now and threw me off. That'd be the craziest start and end to a channel ever. I don't know why I thought of that, because of the cross. The grave. But I'm trying to think of any other YouTube secrets. You know, everybody wants to they want some like secret edge, right? The secret is that there is no secret. There's no secret to YouTube. I just gave you the secret to YouTube. You have to stack skills together. It has to be authentic in some way. For example, my shorts channel, right? So that, you know, that was predicting where the content market was going. You know, YouTube just implemented shorts, so there's going to be demand for shorts. So I got in there. People like voiceover viral videos. So boom, that part all seems easy. What's not obvious is the scripts. Again, go on that channel and look at the most viewed shorts. Most of them, the videos in and of themselves aren't that great. I made them funny. You know what I'm saying? That's an easy little detail to miss. That's another secret of YouTube. When you try to copy another channel, you're gonna miss some like non-obvious detail, and it's gonna like completely ruin your entire attempt. The best thing you can do is you just have to be authentic. You have to sit there and be like, all right, what are my skills? What's the content I can make? What's the content I would actually want to watch? So like for this channel, I love podcasts, but I wish they had more of a visual component. A lot of podcasts don't really have a good visual component. And sometimes they're not compelling enough. I would watch a channel where someone talks about life, talks about current events, talks about things really into driving, and they also go out into the world and do things. Show me things I haven't seen before at the same time. That's what I'm doing with this channel. I don't know if it's gonna work, man. I feel like it will, but I don't know if it'll work. But I gotta try. There's nothing about this channel that is copying. I didn't look at another channel and go, oh, they're doing this, this, and this, so let me do that. The only thing I did was I did look through YouTube and see, do people make POV style videos? And yeah, of course. So in that regard, yeah, you should do some basic like market research and see like, is there general demand for this thing? But you have to, when you make the actual channel, you got to make it your own. So let's say you wanted to be a Fortnite creator. It's fine to research and be like, okay, like people do news. Okay, well, I would want to do news, but you got to do the news your own way. You know, you can sort of copy the surface level stuff, but you can't go deep. But yeah, if you tried to copy the shorts, it might not be that obvious how important the humor is, like my shorts, and then it won't work for you. There's some other things too. If I didn't mention it, all those videos are fully licensed and I pay for them. If you try to do it without fully licensing and paying your videos, you will eventually be taken out by copyright strikes. I've seen so many people try to copy, and they get some views, but then they forgot that they forgot that detail because I'm not gonna make it super public, all the entire recipe, right? Why would I do that? There's no benefit to that. I mean, I put on the channel everything's licensed, but people, I don't know, for some reason people can't read an about page anymore, and so you try to copy and then you get grenaded. So that's the secret. There's no secret. And I feel like that's a good place perhaps to end this channel on. I really mean it. The secret is there's no secret, man. A lot of it is timing and luck, but ultimately when you look at why a channel worked out, it's just like a unique factor of details and skills and things that just kind of come together to create a piece of art like this view. And it's usually not possible to fully reverse engineer it. Sometimes there is, but even in a case where you reverse engineer and make it work, it only worked because you had some kind of, you know, like really good element to it, some unique detail that you brought. So that's my advice to people who are trying to like copy stuff, you know? It's kind of impossible. Also remember, if you can reverse engineer your channel, copy and get in quick, so can other people. The more unique you can make your channel, the less chance you have of it being copied. I think this is a good place to end the video on. I have other stuff to say about YouTube. If you know, people like this video, then I'll make another one. But I'm happy with this as a first video. Hopefully everything is okay from a technical side when I get it back. I get home and put it on the computer. But if you watch this far and you're here at the start, I think this is going to be a start of an awesome channel, man. Stay tuned. The next videos are going to be a lot different. And that's all I got for now. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.